Hello and welcome to White Horse Music TV! Toot toot! Don't know what that's about. Today I will be showing you two violins that I demonstrated in my first ever video from White Horse Music. And that was about 14 years ago. And here they are. This is raggetti rv5 and this is a Gliga 3. They're both full-size violins. And we have been selling these ones for a long time. We're coming up to our 20th year. So we've had both of these violins since we started. Not these two particular ones, but Gliga 3s and raggetti rv5s. And they have changed a bit over the years. So the raggetti, it's sort of morphed to being something that was a lot shinier and with a much thicker varnish than what I was happy with. So we originally sold lots of raggettis and I loved them and I did a video and they were great, and just a few years ago they slowly became this sort of like heavier, thicker varnish sort of creature that sounded a bit thin and I wasn't that happy with them. And then they changed. So I'd like to say that it's because I complained so much, but they changed to this varnish which is not as thick and shiny as before, and it's much more similar to the way it was almost 20 years ago. So it's a more beautiful violin than it was a couple of years ago. And also the depth is back a little bit. It sounds a little bit deeper than it was before. So I'm happy, hooray! Gliga 3 likewise went through a bit of a morph. So it became very sort of like one-dimensional varnish, very sort of, it was always a matte finish varnish where the raggetti was always a shiny one, but it changed to being very sort of like in between matte and shiny and often not having that much depth. So I wasn't that happy. Now it's come back to being close to what it was in that it's the varnish look has become not so one-dimensional, and this particular one and some of the recent ones that I've had have had a bit more depth as well, so I've been happy. They still have similar qualities to what they did before. The raggetti is still stronger and brighter usually sounding, and the the Gliga is sort of like more mellow and soft and deep. But you know, they are different to what they are, but they still have some of those qualities. So let's have a bit of a listen to them. See what they sound like. I still don't know what that toot toot was about, but I'll keep going. Right, let's, so raggetti rv5. Let's have a listen. There you go. It's sort of like bright and shiny sounding, even though it's not quite as shiny as it was a couple of years ago, but a little bit more depth and nice ring to the sound. So I'm back to being happy with that raggetti. Now let's have a listen to this Gliga 3. Okay, instantly, it's funny, I actually wanted to play slower on this violin because it's sort of like, it's more mellow, more relaxed. I started to fall asleep a little. No, I didn't really start to fall asleep, but it's more relaxed sounding violin, and it actually did want me to, the violin wanted me to play slower. So quite different things. Now what I'll do is I'll go back the other way, I'll play this one and then I'll play that one, but I won't talk in between, just so you can get a really quick, immediately representation of what they sound like. Okay, now that was the Gliga, and now the raggetti. reckon this definitely, you can hear, is not sort of as round sounding as the Gliga. The Gliga is very sort of round, not much edge to the sound. This has a little bit more edge, not edgy like you get with really cheap violins that just scream at you, but more of that sort of edge and a more soloisty sort of a sound, where the Gliga is more just, you know, beautiful in your bedroom, having a nice play of your violin sort of sound. So, as usual, I recommend buying both of them. And thanks for watching.